Ooh, boy. There's there's going to be people that agree with what I'm about to say, and there's going to be people that are going to be mad at what I'm about to say. And honestly, I don't care. This is how I thought about it. This is my feelings on it. So take it or leave it. Hey guys, it's Rockingtheblade here once again. What's up, everybody? So you know why we're here. It's been talked about for the last 3 freaking days. It's been memed to death. To the point, it's been a Dark Souls meme saying, "Rest my child. You've seen these particular memes enough time, so take a break from it." It's hilarious, but also true. So what am I talking about? Let me start where I actually first heard about it, and what I thought about it, what I thought what it originally was, and ultimately when I found out what it actually was. What I thought it was initially. Then when I found out what it actually was, I needed time to process. Because I originally wanted to do a video right away, but my older brother was like, "No, wait some more information to come out, because it's better to be accurate than to be first." Which is true. I don't want to say something. It turns out that it was the opposite. I'll get into that in a moment. But let me explain how I first heard about it. So I was at my friend Robert's house. Good friend of mine. I know him since high school. Unfortunately, he's moving away with his fiance to New York for a better job. I wish him the best of luck. Man, time is just crazy. 1 minute we're hanging out playing games together. Next thing you know, he's moving away to doing bigger and better things. I wish him nothing but the best. So as he was showing me, he was showing off this fancy PC that he got, Final Fantasy 14, A Realm Reborn, and he was showing me off why you should get it, because he's gonna continue to play even in New York, and he'll have for me to get that game so we can play together. And it looks interesting. I heard nothing but great things about that said game. It looks beautiful, and I heard nothing but great things about that game. So as I was, he was showing it off to me, my phone, picking, was blowing up. And people because I have some friends on Twitter that saying, "Yo, RTB, you gotta see this." And I got a message, and they show me on my DMs, and one of the messages showing me about how Will Smith smacking Chris Rock at the Oscars. My initial thought was, I'm not even kidding, that's a prank, and I left it alone. It's a prank. It was like, if this was Kanye West or Gary Busey, them type of people that are insane, maybe I would okay, something happened. But Will Smith? This has got to be a goof or a joke, something. Later on that night, as I head back home, I get dropped off. My older brother comes to me and says, "Yo, did you hear about the Chris Rock getting slapped by Will Smith at the Oscars?" I thought, yeah, it was a prank, right? It was a publicity stunt. He said, "No, that was real." He showed me the video, and ladies and gentlemen, that was not faked. And I even said, let's wait a couple of days to make sure it was real, and it was the real deal Holyfield, as they used to say when Holyfield was boxing. That was a real saying. I remember it too, because I was a 90s kid growing up hearing that. But anyway, point being, it was real. That really happened. That was no publicity stunt, though it worked in a way, because when I was checking my Twitter feed, someone showed the Oscar chart of the ratings. 9 million people were watching it, which that's bad considering how more people were watching it the past several years. That motherfucker jumped up to 25.9 million views. I mean, and it almost got nearly 26 million people live on TV went to go see what the hell happened and switched over. I mean, that was insane. So, if you guys been wondering, for those of you living under a rock, why did this happen? Why did Will Smith smack Chris Rock for? Over a joke. He said to Will Smith, Jaden Pickett Smith, "Hey, can't wait to see G.I. Jane 2 because she was bald." Now, Will was laughing. He saw that she wasn't, got up, and smacked the shit out of Will. I mean, Will smacked the shit out of Chris. And then he said, keep your wife's name out your fucking mouth. And even Chris Rock was like, really? Over a G.I. Jane joke? Said the same thing again, Will. And then the only one that came out looking good was Chris Rock, because he continued like a professional. And he brushed it off, continued. And he's the only one that walked away looking good. Because that dude could carry on like a professional. Because if that was me, this person slapping me over a damn joke, you better knock me out or kill me. Because you best believe we're throwing down. No, he didn't punch. He smacked. That's the ultimate level of disrespect. I felt his peers. I was insane over a joke. And the bad takes I heard, especially at work, was agreeing with what Will did. So you're basically telling me you can assault someone if you don't agree with them. It could be about anything. And people kept using, well, he made a movie about hair, so he should have known better. First of all, it's a joke. So fucking what? Secondly, he didn't know. And if he did, he would never made the joke. But even if he did know and still did it, it was called a joke. A joke. You know what's more fucked up? Jane cheating on Will Smith. That's right. Jane cheated with Will Smith with a rapper, and his name is named August. Openly. Why didn't Will go smack his ass up? And what makes it more embarrassing for Will, his ass, he started out as a rapping, non-cursing comic rapper. And what got him even more famous was the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, a comedy show. Yes, it got serious at times, but it was mostly a comedy show. And at the Cinder Hall show, he made a joke about this one guy being bald, and people kind of getting offended about, this is jokes, relax. Why can't you take your own advice, dude? Now, I know people are saying that, he's defending his wife. Well, then, answer back, bro. Verbally answer back, or especially when we won the Oscar, that would have been a good opportunity to get back at Chris Rock. But instead of talking about Will Smith's performance, which, by the way, saw the movie, totally earned it. He killed it as Richard in the movie, and the Serena Williams with about their dad. Instead, he embarrassed himself, embarrassed his family, the Serena sisters who were there. Yeah, I mean, granted, they were happy that they got an Oscar for their dad, but they were conflicted. They were both happy, but at the same time, embarrassed. They looked embarrassed. They just wanted this night to end because they were embarrassed. They spoke out about it, did not like it. Even King Richard himself, the guy that Will portrayed, said he did not condone Will's actions unless it was out of self-defense. So even he spoke out against it. Will's own mother was shocked at the behavior and did not approve of his actions. Several of his peers, like Samuel Jackson and Tyler Perry, had to talk him down from that behavior. No one checked on Chris Rock, which that was just fucking some shameful shit. But again, he's laughing all the way to the bank, because last time I checked, he's on tour and his tickets are selling out because of that shit. So he's making bank, because people, and especially if he comes to Orlando, I want to buy a ticket to hear what the fuck he's gonna say. Because if he didn't have material, if he didn't have material before, does he have it now, child? I cannot wait for that. Anyway, several comedians spoke out about it. Cedric the Entertainer, Joe Rogan, Jim Carrey, all disgusted by his action. And Joe Rogan brought up a good point. He could possibly set a dangerous precedent. For it being okay for people to go up while comics doing a set, saying something they don't like, and it being okay to smack or assault people for saying things you don't agree with. Folks, we talk. we can talk with our mouths. We shouldn't resort to violence. People saying talk shit, get hit. Yeah, but when you hit, that's called assault, and your ass goes to jail. I know it's not clever. It's not. It's just talk shit, get hit. But it's the truth, because it's called a fucking assault. And when you do assault, your ass goes to jail. That's just the facts of life, folks. That's just the way it is. I didn't write the rules. That's just how they are. And I think it's fair. I mean, seriously, I think something deeper wronger than Will. Honestly, I blame Jane. Jane looks like to be a very toxic person to me. And I think she's the reason why Will is at where he's at. This woman openly admitted to an affair to this person, to live on TV, embarrassing her husband, blaming him for why this happened. So, because people are saying, oh, it's an open relationship. Not Dwayne Wade and his wife looks like to be the case. Not with Will. When Will was being told that shit, did Will look like that was a mutual agreement? That was more like her idea, and she's like, either you go along with this shit, or I'm leaving your ass taking half your money. So Will went with the latter, I guess. Because that face that he makes tells a different fucking story. And that's something he's going along with it because he didn't want to, like, pay divorce money. Because if someone cheated on me like that, I would have left their ass flat. I mean, granted, later on, by Monday, he did apologize to Chris, which I applaud Will for that. But still, Will, shame. Shame. And shame on you fuckers for defending that bullshit. Really? Over a G.I. Jane joke? Where you can clearly look on Facebook and Twitter and find worse. I've heard worse. Trust me, it is not hard to find. Not only on Will, especially on Jane. That was a softball joke at best. Have you heard Chris Rock's specials? That dude can go hard if he really wanted to. That was a softball joke. And for Will, especially when he started his career as a fucking comedian, setting a dangerous precedent that it's okay to go up and smack comics in the middle of their set and they say something you don't like. It's not cool. Maybe talk to them behind the scenes afterwards, or say some witty stuff back to them. But to assault somebody, no. And the people taking that hot take, granted, for that bad take, people saying agreeing with Will, you are dead wrong. You are dead wrong. Because I'm pretty sure you wouldn't like it smacked over an opinion you have. Because that's what you're basically saying. That if you disagree with me or say something you don't like, you have a right to smack me. That's basically what you're saying, whether you realize it or not. And it's not okay. We should talk and communicate, not resort to violence, because we're not animals. We're human beings. We should talk things out, not act out in violence. Like, again, several people spoke out against this. Again, the Serena Williams were embarrassed. The father was embarrassed. Several comedians spoke out against this. Embarrassed and ashamed and angry at Will over a G.I. Jane joke, bro. And apparently, in the Oscars, and apparently I heard the Oscars might take away his Academy trophy. I thought that's going to happen, considering the fact that they gave the trophy to horrible people, so even the Academy don't have a leg to stand on. So more likely Will's going to keep his trophy. But still, his actions, for forever when we go back, when he won the Oscar, it's going to be remembered more for him slapping Chris Rock for being sensitive, rather than his amazing performance. Because again, he did a great job as King Richard. Earned that performance. I saw it with my family at home on HBO Max. Great job. Earned it. But instead of us talking about his incredible performance as Richard, we're talking about the smack he did to Chris Rock because he couldn't control himself. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. I'm ashamed of you, Will. I'm disappointed. I'm granted, I do forgive you though, because you did apologize. You realize what you did was wrong to apologize to Chris. You should have done it right and there in the Oscars, which that does deduct some points. And the fact that it's funny, the Oscars like wanted to leave and he refused, and they're like, okay, well here's the Oscar while you're at it. Word? Yeah, all I'm saying is he's lucky that Jim Carrey didn't make that joke and he smacked him, because Jim Carrey said he would have sued his ass for $200 million. Jim Carrey was appalled, and the Oscars people clapped. Really, people were disgusted. Especially Dwayne the Rock Johnson was there too. His face said it all. His face was the same way I felt. What the actual fuck? And people made the same joke that also that if he said that joke, Will would have not done a damn thing. And what makes it worse, I found out Chris Rock in his early years was viciously bullied by people like Will, big people that are big, people big than me, in the sense of people that were bigger than him, bullying him to a point that one day when a bully attacked him, he snapped because he put a brick in his book bag and beat that bully near to death. And he's been afraid of his anger ever since. So now he's trying to, like, be careful with his anger, because Lord knows, Chris, I know he wanted to say something, and being a smart witted comedian, I'm sure he had some slick in the mouth shit to say, and he would have been in the right. But he controlled himself, acted like a true gentleman, and continued on with the show. And now he's making bank, because now his tour tickets are selling out. I'm pretty sure Netflix is going to call him to do another special, because people want to hear what he has to say. Honest to God. And for Will, again, I am disappointed in you. Very disappointed in you for what you did. And especially not only, embarrassing, your family, the Williams and Oscar, embarrassing yourself in the Oscars, and that will be talked about some of your performance. You have a show on Peacock, with the reboot of The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air that he's producing, but it's a more serious version of itself, the comedy route it was, which I get, it was just interesting. I remember it was pretty okay based on the first premiere that came out. That show might be in risk of being canceled because of this stupid man's action. Granted, it's under contract now with Peacock, but I doubt it might not get signed up for another season for the stunt Will pulled. All because he couldn't control himself. He possibly could have put his new show, The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air reboot, at risk for his behavior. He possibly committed career suicide because he couldn't control himself. At the end of the day, Chris was a gentleman. He did nothing wrong. All he did was tell a joke, a harmless one at that, a softball joke at best. And Will was an ignorant fool for acting the way he did. And if he loses Oscar, which I doubt he does, he has no one to fucking blame but himself. So that's my spicy take on this topic. I know you guys got your takes, so I definitely want to hear in the comment section below. What do you say? Do you agree with me? Do you disagree? Let me know. I want to hear it. Alright guys, hope you enjoy the video. As always, please make sure to rate, comment, and subscribe. And as always, Rockingtheblade signing out. Hope to see you guys again real soon. Peace out. Have a great day.